Justin Utley. I was born and raised in West Valley City, Utah. Right? Middle of three boys. Sorry, Mom. My life growing up was much like any other you can imagine. School, church, basketball games, which I wasn't too good at, but I did anyway. Barbecues, an occasional bad grade or two, and let's just say chemistry isn't my best subject then or now. Since the age of 10, though, I knew there was something different, that I was gay. And as easy as it is to say it today, at the time it was pretty hard. It was one of the hardest things I was facing. I felt alone, isolated, that I didn't have anyone or anywhere to turn. So after my mission, I confided in my bishop, and soon after I began reparative therapy to try to deny the person I was. After much heartache and much prayer, and many failed attempts, I decided that it was time for me to forge my own way and my own path to find happiness. The journey to begin to love and accept myself was not an easy one, but I once took a chance and I finally opened my heart, fell in love with someone that would change my life forever from that point on. Meeting Brent was one of the best things that could have happened to me. Seeing his love, his warmth, and his kindness reflected back at me throughout the course of our relationship was something that I can still carry with me in my heart. At the time Brent and I were together, I was only out to my bishop and a couple of close friends through therapy. Brent and I had a quiet time together. We would go out to dinner, watch movies, plan futures. But one day after work, I received an email from Brent's brother letting me know that Brent had suffered a sudden heart attack and had passed away. Words can't express what reading an email like that at work felt like. That in an instant, my quiet life and my relationship came to an end. I went to work the next day, still in denial of what had happened. I had to carry the weight of that grief alone and in silence. I received emails from one of these close friends that I was out to who knew Brent. I wanted to attend his funeral, but I didn't because neither of us were out to our families. Shortly afterward, the president of the credit union that I worked at called me into her office and told me we needed to discuss something very serious. I had figured it was a loan document or something that wasn't notarized properly, but she told me she had been monitoring and reading my emails and asked me point blank if I was gay. I told her yes, but that this had nothing to do with my job. She replied that it did. She said that had they known I was gay during the interview process, they would not have hired me. She mentioned that there was a woman more qualified than me who had interviewed for my position, but that they didn't offer her the job because she had been seen with one of those equal sign stickers on her car and assumed she was a lesbian. She said she wasn't judging my lifestyle, but she preferred not to have people like me working there. She told me she could give me 2 weeks to find another job, but that I could no longer continue to work from there past that point. So within the course of a few weeks, I lost my job, the person I loved, a faith in a community, which suddenly left me vulnerable yet again to someone's personal prejudice. My self-worth plummeted, and life became very, very, very dark. It was an extremely low point where I strongly considered taking my own life. I could not escape the fact that no matter where I lived or where I worked, my orientation would be under constant scrutiny socially and professionally and legally, and there was nothing I could do about it. I am here alive today because of three things. First, because of the unconditional support of a wonderful mother who refused to allow me to continue to believe that I wasn't worth loving. The rest of my family followed suit. Excuse me. All of them were taken back not only by my coming out, but also that gay and transgender Utahns are vulnerable to unfair employment and housing discrimination as I had experienced. Second are some of the most amazing, thoughtful, and patient friends who challenged me to not become a victim of these experiences, but to draw on them and fuel them and to use it as a fuel to fix the broken system that allows these things to happen. And lastly, I'm here because I'm still a proud Utahn, born and raised with these values: compassion, optimism, that is the Utah place where every person has the same opportunity to earn a living free from discrimination. There is a spoke in this wheel of diversity in this state that needs to be fixed. My orientation, much like my race, my gender, or ethnicity, it is not a choice. It is simply part of what defines us and our relationships, the members of our families. Stories like mine are not few and far between. Just a few days ago, when a friend learned that I was coming here, he told me he works in Provo in construction and was told by his boss recently that if the foreman found out he was gay, he would lose his job. Today, most transgender and gay Utahns are not only bringing a briefcase to work, but they are also bringing a closet as well, for fear of being legally discriminated against for reasons that have nothing to do with their job performance. My hope is that together, from this moment on, we can build that bridge of understanding and begin to work together to build a state that we can all be proud of. Thank you.